everybody. This isn't anything but a trial run. I'm just really trying to see how it sounds, how my levels are coming in, if I'm too hot, if I need to back it up. You know, nothing major. Just really wanted to get on a buddy of mine. Hold on. Boom. 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 I'm sending out this. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is just a trial run in the new studio, new setup. I think it sounds crispy clean. I'm trying not to have my monitoring on because I don't want any feedback. Talk, but if you want to call in, man, call in so I can get some feedback. Tell me how it sounds, if it's good or bad. Boom. All right. Sent the invite out. Hey, how does it sound?
I'm in. I just realized that my picture's attached to the whatchamacallit.
Looking like a real sucker.
So yes, I sure am. That was back in my
like
sucker days.
Sucker.
That's like 15 years ago, bro.
No, hey, don't worry. I look like a real sucker right now. So how do I sound?
Yeah, you don't sound like a sucker. I'll say that much. You sound pretty crisp and clean.
Oh, nice. All right. So yeah, I got a new setup. I moved it to a different space in my house. How about, do I sound better this like right here on it, or should I back up a little bit? This is close.
You might need to back up just a little bit.
How about right here? How does that sound?
This is fine. This is fine.
This is good. All right. Comes through nice and clean. Sounds professional.
Yeah, it's definitely.
All right.
Sounds really professional.
Oh, thanks, man. So what I have been doing today is I've been cleaning out my back room, and I think this is going to be the studio. I need to get some kind of chair. I got a credit card device, and I got my tax ID number and my sales tax permit today as well. So, man, I got my magnetic stuff. I mean, there's really nothing left to do but just like doing it now, really. So I'm excited, man.
All I have to say is the sky's the limit. I'm proud of you. Happy that you got everything going. I mean, it's like they said in that one Martin episode, ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Yeah, yes sir, nothing to it but to do it. So while I got you on the line, let's talk about some music. Why not? So I've actually been listening to let me plug this in. Since his last album, I've always respected Brother Ali as a lyricist. I mean, I never thought he was whack, but it wasn't until his last album that I really started appreciating his music more. Like, he's to the point now, I bump everything he puts out. And once again, hot take, not so hot take. Discography wise, his albums are better than Benny the Butcher's. And I'm a huge Benny the Butcher fan. Benny can't hold it together for a whole work.
Benny might be, as far as projects are concerned, he might be the worst one in my opinion.
You know who Benny? You know when I think of Benny? You know who I think about when I think of Benny?
Go ahead.
Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, that's a solid take.
Natural fucking talent, cold blooded. I mean, like, arguably, Tracy McGrady had all the physical attributes to be better than anybody else in the league ever. Like, yeah. Like, you're looking at a guy who could potentially guard 1 through 5 dangerously, score from anywhere on the court, length. I mean, optimal. Tracy McGrady was the right balance between length, speed, strength, and stuff. I mean, what better player could you craft besides him? Like, from a body type, like if it was 2K. Hey.
He was It's kind of. I mean, he had a similar body type as LeBron did. You know, he
But
was a
he was
physical
leaner,
specimen.
and so he was quicker. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like he could
Hmm.
be a terror on any side, just from a physical standpoint. I can't. You know what? Giannis is actually closer,
Yeah, there
except
you
T
go.
Mac can
There you go.
shoot though.
Yeah, just T-Mac could shoot. The thing is that injuries hobbled him, and
Yeah,
the thing about Benny is that I think our expectations of him are
they were
kind
high.
of sort of they're very high because you have Plugs I Met, then you have Tana Talk 3. You have those two. You have those two projects, which were
Really,
just
really
bona
good.
fide classics.
They were
You know what
really,
I'm
really
saying?
good.
Just
Yeah.
you said, and this was before everybody caught on to Griselda like they are now. You know, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I knew of Griselda ever since say 2015. I got introduced to Conway first,
Mm-hmm.
and then West Side Gun, and then of course Benny. And thing is that
And I'm not a
Tana Talk
Griselda
3 is the
fan, by
first
the way.
album that. I mean, I am.
I was.
I just heard West Side. Why aren't you why aren't you a fan of Griselda?
Because it's repetitious, very, very repetitious, very much the
Well,
same.
I'm. So
I'm
is
like I'm
Pusha
a
T.
no, but
So
it's
is
different. It's
Freddie Gibbs
different.
at time.
It's different with them
What do
because
you mean?
they never get upbeat, man. It's always black hacky sack. Then I jack the plaque. I mean, I don't know, man. It gets so tiresome to listen to extended because the beats are so plotting, and I think I'm more upbeat than that. Like I'm never in a mood to just sit there
I
and
think
listen.
so.
I don't want to
So
kill
so
people all the time.
so it's the production that you have a
That's
problem with.
that honestly, yeah. You know what? Yeah. If you put the same lyricist
I
behind,
understand.
but even then, even Conway the Machine, he he doesn't do it for me either. So, and he fits those beats. And then the other cat, let's see, you got who's a light skinned guy is West Side Gun, right?
Yeah.
He don't say shit. Like I can't think of one dope
It,
line that he's ever said. Like he makes
well,
entertaining noises
th-
and stuff, and he's likable.
that's his role. Like he's not.
No, no,
You're
it's
not
good.
gonna get anything. Yeah, it's funny because if you ask me, as far as discography top to down, I think West Side Gun has the best discography because he is the most entertaining,
No, he
and
does, and I actually
you know what I'm
like him
saying?
overall the most.
Yeah, I
Like
mean
it's odd,
he
like, but I'm
is.
talking about a verse. If I just want to hear a fire ass verse, and if I want to work out and punch some shit, I'm listening to Benny. Like no question.
Yeah,
If I'm looking for an entire album, I'm playing it in the background. A fire, then I'm leaning towards West Side Gun. Conway is like a get in where you. I'm even sound like a real hater right now. And if I ever meet you West Side, all you guys don't slap me and take my stuff, man. It's just an observation. It's hip hop. I love y'all. Don't hurt me.
yeah.
But nah, man, I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know about West Side Gun. What else you been
Trust.
listening to?
Uh, I was gonna say, Trust Gang does what they do better anyway.
Oh
Um,
man, Trust. You know, Trust Gang's my shit. 38
they,
Special,
you know,
Benny,
they
Shay,
just
and now they got Ransom
and
kind of always
Ransom,
hanging
like
out.
they just, yeah, like they
Dude,
just
any
do it
album
better.
with anything, anytime, literally, they actually just dropped a new one today. Something Miami. It's the beat selections. It's by Big LTD, and so I'm
No, I
trying
know
to get
that.
into it. I'm
No,
trying
no,
to get
no.
into it.
The thing about I don't his production doesn't draw me in. I have to kind of sort of work my way through everything that he's made.
I can agree with that.
Not to say that that's bad, but it's not anything that I'm gonna, play out of nowhere, especially given the
Yeah,
way music comes out these days. Well, I'm just gonna go off. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this out of the way because I have to do it.
give it to me.
I've been listening to King's Disease 2 on a nonstop. I can't
Okay,
stop listening to it.
same here.
Um, I try listening to something else.
and I
You
go
know
right
what's
back
really
to it.
funny, because I'm gonna just go ahead and segue into the obvious, the trending music story about music. And there's another couple of good albums that came out this week, but I'll get to those.
Right.
I listened to CLB last night. I listened to it in its entirety. I enjoyed what I enjoyed. And today, when I tried to press play on one of the songs, I got tired of it immediately, and I
Yep.
switched to Sky Zoo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sky Zoo is
and I'm
good. I
not
keep
saying
going
this
back to
on some hater.
Nas.
Yeah,
Like whenever
no,
I can't think of anything to
I'm going
play,
back to
I
Nas,
put it on right now. Matter of fact,
and
I'm listening.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this about Nas's album.
What's that?
Nas's album is the classic case of substance over hype. He
Absolutely.
announced the album 1 week, no hype, no press runs, no nothing, and it's one of the best albums of the year. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? If
I'll
not
say
the
this,
best album of the year.
bro. I stand on this to the till the day I'm going. Nas is and always will be a better. Um, he's a better artist than Jay-Z. Jay-Z's my
You
favorite
know,
rapper. Jay-Z's my favorite MC of all time, as terms of presence, like timelessness. The boy is like that's my favorite artist of all time, hands down, bar none. But I like everything else about Nas. Like Nas is
okay,
he's what you dream to be when you become an MC. You know what I'm saying? As far as
that's a good way to put it.
the longevity, the passion, the voice. Like when you think of hip hop and you think of the voice of an MC, you think of Nas and like his delivery, even since he was on Illmatic. It's hard to explain. Certain artists have it, like the game kind of has it. There are certain artists or hip hop artists that they don't have to force their delivery. You know it's natural because it's like in them. And Nas is one of those people. He never had to find his flow. He lost it. You know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, man, his bad albums are perfect. And the reason why, it kind of we got to see Nas actually grow this whole time, right? And those bad albums, when we look back
Good
in
point.
time, he was in a bad place. He was in like really
That's true.
his mom died or he was getting divorced, like stuff we didn't know about at the time. But like looking back at this shit as an adult, and then looking at the stuff that he was going through, mom dying, he's becoming an alcoholic, just refound his pops, he's dealing with Carmen, like dealing all with the QB stuff, and I don't even know his whole history, but you get what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna make good
No, I
music, and
understand.
we're so selfish as damn that I feel fucked up now. We're so selfish as hip hop fans that we don't give a fuck about none of that. We
We
don't
don't
care. We
give
just
a
sit there and judge.
hip
How
hop. Hip
damn.
hop fans don't care about about what artists are going through. I'm going to use Kendrick as an example
Mm-hmm.
because everyone keeps on clamoring and being, excuse my language, a bitch made about the fact that Kendrick hasn't made an album in 4 years.
Okay.
Most Def said something that really rings in my head a lot when it comes to artist fan relations.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about Black Star too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Okay.
You know how everyone's like, oh man, why don't you put out Black Star 2, blah, blah, blah. And he's basically telling everybody, excuse my language again, fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll put this album out when I want to put it out
Yeah, you
because
don't
it's
own me.
mine.
You don't own me.
Yeah,
Like, I can do
yeah,
what the fuck I want. Leave me alone and let me finish eating my sandwich, please. Like,
exactly. If I have
we
some
don't,
chips to the side, let me eat my chips. Let me finish my little diet soda. You know what I'm saying?
dude. That's
And
why
then if I'm ready to
fame doesn't look so like. When I was younger, I had all those fantasies of like getting
mm-hmm,
famous or whatever. I always saw myself as somebody that could potentially get famous, right? No cap. That's just kind of where my mind's always
absolutely.
been. I don't want it now.
No, I've been
Like
there.
I
I
don't.
don't either.
I don't want it. Like I like my, and that's honestly like no cap. That's something I fear about which direction I think that I'm going, which is a public figure of some kind, right? I don't want that fame, man. Like, it
The
doesn't
thing
sound
about
cool
fame
at
is
all.
that the more famous you become, the more you lose. The more of yourself you lose. The more
Yeah,
of what made you the more of what made you famous you lose ultimately. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
because the thing about it is, now that I'm thinking about what we've always talked about is change and stuff like that, right? If you're like, it's ridiculous to think, even looking now. So you want somebody that went from being able to go to the grocery store, go to club, go anywhere they want, get treated like a normal person, right? All of a sudden their life changes, right? But we expect them to not.
Yeah.
Like, how's that possible? Like, if you're getting harassed every day, people always talking, hey, what's up? Like, oh, you're just gonna be the same old Todd, but that's not even possible. You're gonna have to change yourself. Like, you absolutely are gonna change.
That's what Eminem talked about on The Way I Am. Like some people may like it, and they might like it for a short time, but after a while, when you go to Starbucks to get a coffee and you have 4 or 5 people recognize you and say, oh my God, let me take a picture with
And
you.
you're
I mean,
just
of
tired
course,
and you're having a
sure.
shitty day.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're up at freaking fourth, whatever time. Let's say 6:30 in the morning. You didn't get enough sleep because you've been working on your project, or you've been in a bunch of boardroom meetings. Because I mean, if you make a certain, or you've talked to so many different financial advisors, or this, that, and the other, about your budget for one of your new artists.
You're not gonna want to talk about it anymore. Like, you're gonna be
You know what I
done.
mean? And that's the thing. Like we're talking about someone like Eminem, for example. He has his own label. He has multiple artists that he has to manage. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably has people that works for him
Hold on.
or
I'm gonna
that
try.
are in the
I want to try
Interscope
something real
office or
quick.
what.
Hey, talk about. I want to try something real quick.
Absolutely.
Tell me if you can hear it.
All right.
Hold on. Can you hear that? Can you hear
Hear
that?
what now? Hear what?
I was trying to play music, so it didn't work.
No, I mean I hear the music in the background.
No, wait. What did you hear?
I just
I mean, besides the baby right
I
now.
just hear music. No, I mean I just hear music.
I'm not playing anything though. How about now? Can you hear that? Could you hear that?
I can't hear anything.
All right, then never
I can't
mind.
hear
Don't even
anything.
sweat it. I don't sweat it. Anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah, fame looks like it's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it
overrated.
doesn't look cool at all.
No, not one bit.
No,
Yeah.
no. The more and
But
more I thought about it, the less and less cool it gets. Like, I don't even know. I mean, okay, you could get a bunch of free stuff that you don't really care about, I guess. Like, you know what it is. The more I think about it, there's way more negative shit that comes with fame than positive. Like,
I mean,
oh man,
think of the
like, you have
only
to be a
I mean,
hermit.
what's positive?
I don't think
But
anything.
most of the positive things are material and fleeting, and
And not even
they'll
that.
get
Like,
old after a while. Like
well, I think it's now that I'm thinking it out. Now that I know how people are, right? All you're getting is
mm-hmm.
think about the people that are coming to you, right? People that are in awe of you, are in love with you, and they've never met you, right? Like, that's actually that'd be weird. Like, really think about that. Somebody comes to you, oh, I love you so much, you're so great. You like, all right, thanks. And like, what does that do to
I
your
mean,
head?
why do you why do you? It's kind of it'd be confusing
Yeah.
because I believe, coming from my perspective, knowing myself, I know that I'm imperfect. I know that I'm flawed, and this is just me being as transparent as possible about that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why are you going to idolize? Of course, this is coming from a Christian, and I really detest idolatry
Right.
in pretty much every shape or form possible. So why are you going to put me on a pedestal just because I make a couple of rap songs or
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like it's
dance or
weird.
whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't,
Well, I'll
and I
take it a
don't.
step
You
further,
know, the
man.
thing is,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
No, go ahead. Go
Go,
ahead.
go ahead,
Thing
go
is,
for it. No, I'm
um,
just saying. I mean, the thing is that I do understand. You know, there are folk like Michael Jackson to where I want to say that I understand it, but
mm-hmm.
you know, when you really peel back the layers of this whole concept, it's just really weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
No,
using
no,
Michael
no.
Jackson as an
You know
example.
what's weirder? You know what's weirder than all that, and the thought that I was
Mm-hmm.
just having. What kind of person would like fame? And that really starts making you reassess people, right? Because for somebody to
Mm-hmm.
want and like fame, that means they're incredibly insecure.
That's
Because what else could it
that.
be? Like,
That's what else? What I mean, what I mean, there's really not much else. Not
because
much
it's
else
like
that could be said about that.
because you get to the root, right? And I was sitting there thinking about it because I'm thinking why I don't like it. And then I'm thinking like, well, what type of personality type would in like that? Like, no, man. And shit. You know what that means? Like that's why all these Hollywood stars are so fucked up. Because you're getting people that are fundamentally maybe broken from childhood. Like most of them have actually a lot of them have that underlining backstory. You know what I'm saying? And then they start seeking approval from other people. And then, like, after a while, that's got to turn into something. I mean, probably not something
Yeah.
good because the place that it came from was a twisted kind of route. You know what I mean? So then you got these people getting together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, and it's like, and then everybody's telling you that you're great. So you might not. That's why they're all psychotic. That makes a lot of sense. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
practically it.
You have to be
Mm-hmm.
psychotic to some degree to like, damn, you have to have some kind of level of psychosis to want the approval of a mass amount of people that you would go to the point of being famous. And what I mean by that is it takes a lot of work to get famous and popular. And if you have
Mm-hmm.
enough drive,
Mm-hmm.
if your sole drive is that, like, think how insane that is. Like, could you imagine if I was running around the neighborhood like trying to win the approval of everybody in the neighborhood, or so they could all see me? That's weird, man.
Well, I mean, the thing is that nowadays, it, a lot of these guys don't really have to do that
Well,
because
that's what's making people
um,
crazier.
think 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 about every famous person that we know. Drake had a cosign. He had I mean, he had a massive throng of different people that co-signed him. We could talk about from Lil Wayne to Bun B to well, pretty much the whole city of Houston. I'm talking about when he first came out. To I guess Kanye to a lesser extent. I could keep going on and on. Um, but the thing is that nowadays, it's not practic. It's not essentially the person
Mm-hmm.
that's famous. It's a brand
Right.
that they usually have to create. They basically have to create they have to create an aura
Mm-hmm.
to where okay, this is a person that I have to be when I'm in public. That's why you
Mm-hmm.
see Kanye out right now walking around like an idiot with a mask on his face. You
And
know what I'm
dude, and
saying?
think about
That's why.
this. Could you imagine if you're already, say you're greatly talented, which is the case, but emotionally fragile,
Mm-hmm,
and then you're put in a
mm,
scenario to where you haven't even got to a place. Man, think about it, dude. Like me and you just working through some stuff right now, almost at 39.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Could you imagine having to go through your 15, being from the age of 15 to now, like on TV? Man, that shit would be horrible, bro. It would make you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It would make you because then
Of
on
course
top
it
of
would.
that, and then on top of that, when you have all your fuck ups, which we all do, you can't even do the simple things that like how many of us have sat there and just been like um freaking having a rough time with life, and you look like you look horrible, and you just want to go to the store for some ice cream, Like you're so depressed, you barely even got enough energy to do that, but you somehow make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're hungover from the day before because you're feeling shitty about yourself. I know I'm speaking. You feeling shitty about yourself, and so you just want to go to the fucking store and just try to put something on your stomach because you really can't even do that, but you're just trying. And people are taking pictures of you, and people are talking about you.
That's it. Everybody jumps on Britney Spears, but they never think about it. They say, "Oh, Britney Spears is crazy. Britney Spears went nuts." They never ask how this happened. And the thing is that the reason why it's like that is because the media, the fans, the paparazzi, and all of that are to blame. And if we were to ask these questions, the whole entertainment industry would be under investigation as to why they are culpable in creating the monsters that are Britney Spears, that is Kanye West, that is, I mean, to a lesser extent Azealia Banks. I could go on forever. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like when you really start DMX.
DMX.
Like if you look,
DMX was. Thing is DMX was always he's not the best example because he was already troubled before he was
that's
famous.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, who better to take advantage of? Like, think about this. Like, really, like, be honest. And to DMX fans and supporters, just imagine the scenario. If you met somebody that was strung out on drugs, diagnosed bipolar, and probably manic, who's never had anything, most people aren't going to pay full price. And I know it's messed up, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, in the entertainment energy, they're going to take advantage of somebody like that. They absolutely are. Like, that's not a crazy. You're looking at somebody that's incredibly desperate that would probably take 100,000 over the span of 6 years. Like, because that's more than they ever seen. And especially if you don't have faith in yourself in that aspect, you think that an offer like that's not going to come again. So you just, you're not reading any documents. And then, I mean, like, honestly, all of a sudden your life changes. Like, as far as you're freaking famous, you're always eating out pretty good. You're not really starving. You don't see your money, but, everything's new. You wouldn't know no better, man. And especially if you're not mentally with it, you're going to be like fucking prey. Like Mike Tyson. Even though Mike Tyson's way smarter than I thought he was, if I'm being honest.
Yes.
He's a really intelligent man.
He's a wise sage in a sense, and it's really cool. It's really cool to see him in this stage.
Because you know why? A lot he was the last one that you would thought that would have been that way. You would have thought it'd been a Foreman or a Evander Holyfield. But I think what we like best about Mike Tyson is that even though he's this wise sage and he's all chill now, he still wants to murder people.
He does.
Like he craves that shit, man. It does something to me when I see him even spar now. I mean, besides fear, man, dude's just vicious, man. He's just vicious, and he still has it in him. But it's like he's had to repress it for so long. What's up, man?
I don't think he's repressing it. I think he's just controlling it and
harnessing it a little different.
He's using. I mean, the only thing that's always been on his mind is basically taking people's heads off. That's why you're never going to see him not be in the gym. I'm pretty sure he spars at, like, there's sometimes where he spars three hours a day. You know what I'm saying? That's his life. That's what he's put on this earth to do.
That's what he's put on this earth to do. And man,
and that's the thing. There's some people that are put on this earth to do something and they don't enjoy it. But he's put on this earth to do it. And
no, you know what? No, I disagree. I disagree because you know what? Everything that we're put on this earth to do, we're meant to do. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but there's a book called The Almanac by Naval Ravikant. We know what we're put
You
on
told
this.
me about this.
Yeah, we know what we're meant to be on this earth and what to do. It's the fear of pursuing it, and it's like, man, it's a really, really good book. It'll really make you rethink things. And one of the things that I talked to you about, Tagba, that I like best about the book is that he was just basically saying, find something you like and just do it. And like, that's your thing. And if you do that, people won't be able to keep up with you for two reasons. One, if somebody's trying to keep up with you, they're behind you. And two, and that means they have to wait for you to take every step. And two, no one can be like you 24 hours a day and with the passion that, like, I've been working on podcast stuff since this morning. Since actually I woke up at 1 o'clock. No, 2 o'clock this morning. And I haven't stopped. I took one little nap, but I've been going this whole time. And I've just been doing podcast stuff, man, because stuff for the business, because I genuinely love it. Like, like, it's not work at all. It's totally not work. And I'm putting in way more work doing this. It's just weird, man. It's a totally different energy. And it makes you wonder why you didn't tap into it earlier. Like, Ant Can J was cracking. What's going on? This is just a trial run, and we were only going to talk about hip hop, stuff like that. But obviously, life don't always work that way.
This is true.
It was going to happen. It was going to happen. It was going to go a different way. I'm not surprised. But I'm trying to save my material for Sunday. I don't want to burn it all up, but I've had a lot of interesting discoveries. But you know what? There wouldn't be anything wrong with doing a pre-show before the show on Friday.
Well,
wait. So you want me to Aunt Jay? You want me to? What's that? I'm listening.
Well, so like I said, we're already here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what? I can always come back. I can always reload it. So, what were we talking about just now? Oh, the Almanac by Samuel. So, like, okay, one of the thoughts that I had over the weekend, I went to my great aunt's funeral in Florida. We drove all the way there, and I drove all the way back, right? Hold on. I'm going to put you on mute for 1 second, okay?
That's fine.
All right. I don't know how to do it. All right. I drove all the way there, drove all the way back. Well, at one point in the hotel room, I was looking up some song, Her, right? What's that song by Her, the new one? If somebody in the chat knows it, you can go ahead and say it, because I'm going to try to play it, or at least play a cover up. Damage, man. I don't know why that song is really sticking to my ribs lately. I really dig it. Anyway, I was in the hotel room, and I was deciding I was going to sing, and I'm not going to sing now, so... Hey, yeah, this song, I like it. But anyway, I decided I was gonna start trying to sing, and I was like, you can't sing. And then it finally hit me. That if you like to do something, there's two things that aren't required. One is that it makes you money, and two, that you even be good at it. And I think in Western culture, we're not taught that. We're taught, and it's because we're highly competitive, that it's either, if you like doing something, if you're not good at it and you're not making money at it, don't do it. What are you? You can only do the best. If you want to sing, and even if you can't sing, what does being good at it or making money off it have to do with enjoying the task? And that's the trick, to find what you like in life. You find something that you like to do, regardless if you're good at it or not, regardless if you make money off it or not. And then I want you to do this. Start making it a habit to do that thing every day, whatever it is. And I can almost guarantee you, and if you go into it with this thought, go into it with the thought of that, I will get to the point that I want to get to with this talent. it may take me longer than the next person. I might go a different route and it might look different, but I'm going to get to the point for me. And if I don't, I'll just enjoy the ride and just do a little bit of what you like every single day. I can 1000% guarantee you that if you form that habit and do that thing just a little bit every day, look up something about it, I can guarantee you that in a year's time you will be a different person for it, because everything works in a paradox. Everything works in a paradox. If you're afraid of something, you go to it, right? And so with everything working in a paradox, to actually be free, you must display discipline. That's what we have it twisted up. We think that being free is doing whatever you want. But in what world does that exist? If you want financial freedom, what do you have to do? You have to save. If you want physical freedom, being in shape, being able to do what you like, what do you have to do? You have to work out. You have to show discipline. So just let that part go of being the best, because who's to determine what the best is? If you like something, just trust me, just fucking do it. Like, just do it. And it sounds so simple, but it's literally been one of the most challenging things that I personally have had to do, was to simply like doing what I'm doing and enjoying my own company. I had become so used to filling up my day with video games, YouTube, music, alcohol, women, going out, da-da-da, da-da-da. I never stopped and thought. I was always constantly running from myself, going out, coming home, blitzed out of my mind. Man, just to relieve some of that pressure, because it was so much. It was so much. And it weighed on me really heavy for the longest time. But it was only because I wouldn't address it. I wouldn't turn around and be honest with myself. That so many of the issues that I caused in my life, I caused them. But there's like good parts to the story, because when God won't let you advance to the next stage of the game until you solve what's in front of you. Nothing works that way. You don't go from white belt to black belt with no challenges and just go. No, there's steps to everything. Literally everything that's worth having takes evolution and steps. And if God doesn't think you're ready to take that next step, well, why is he going to do it? He's setting you up to fail. Like me, I was talking to my boy Togba, and I got the most money in my bank account, like in checks and stuff, that I've ever had in my entire life. And it was only when I stopped trying to chase money and caring about it so much. I'm okay with saving it and sitting at home and doing nothing. That wasn't the case 2 years ago, literally just 2 years ago. If given the amount of money then that I was given now, I'd probably do a bunch of stupid stuff with it. So I don't know, man. Things are cool. But enough of my ranting. I know you guys are tired of just hearing me talk, but I'm gonna click you back in, man. If I can figure out how to do it. No, that's not it. Unless you hung up. I don't think you hung up. Why does it only give me like a disconnect option? That's weird. Well, I don't like this. Maybe if I hold it. Nope. All right. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna hang up and bring you back in, man. I don't know how to call back in. Yeah, it wouldn't let me. Here we go. For some reason, Hey, can you
Yeah,
hear me?
it's
Yeah, it wouldn't let me unmute. It only
yeah,
gave
of
me.
course I can. Yeah,
What's,
no, I mean it's all good. I'm back.
okay, cool,
So
cool.
yeah.
So, what'd you think about my miniature rant?
No, I learned a lot from it. Um, something that words that I should have heard maybe years ago,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people wonder why they're stuck in the rut, and it's because of them. It's because
Yeah,
deep down inside they don't want to get out of the mess that they're in yet. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's
I
weird. You start
know
to
that's
get comfortable
it.
in it.
Really is. It really, really is, because
That's all you
I've been
know.
in many messes before. It is, and I've been in many messes before, and I'm always talking about, man, I gotta get out of this, man. Man, I gotta
Yeah,
get out of this, man. Instead of
yeah,
just getting out of this, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, if
Well, you
you
know,
want to get out of whatever mess that you're in, and there are some messes that are
mm-hmm.
out there that are a little bit more difficult to get out of, but nothing's
Right,
impossible. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like,
right.
but a lot of there are many times where I've seen people say, "Oh man, I got to get out of this. I gotta get out of this job." Be it being Target, a job that at the time that was paying us, starting 750 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that hard to just leave and find another job. Of course, you got to do your due diligence to keep the job that you have, and then while you're looking for another one. But as soon as you find that other one, I mean, get out, get out. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Uh,
my thing is, man, I never even tried. Like, I never gave it an. I was. This is like 100% honesty. When it came to life, at some point, I wasn't even really trying at all. I wasn't asserting myself. I had no real mission or goal. I was literally just working, and my life showed it. Like, I was filling up my time with nonsense, like utter sheer non. I sound like an old man, but like, yeah, it was fucking waste of time. Anyway, what other albums are you listening to, man?
um, gonna go back, and there's another album came out last night.
What's
Female
that?
MC from she's from the UK, Nigerian. Her name is Little Sims. I
You
forget the
keep
whole.
telling me
I
about
call it
her.
introvert because she's dope. I'm telling you,
All
man.
right,
Like,
little.
don't
I'm gonna listen
sleep,
to her. Right.
don't sleep.
I'm listening to her. I'm gonna listen to
Yeah.
her right now. Little Sims. All right,
Okay.
Little Sims.
Yes.
Yeah, you ain't gotta tell me twice, man.
Um.
I trust you. I trust your insight in music. You didn't give
I
me any really.
listened to it last night.
Yeah.
There's also my little R&B. Uh, uh, but she came out with a song named Baby Powder. Her name is Genevieve. I've been waiting for a project from her for a long time. I didn't get a chance to finish it yet because I was so preoccupied with music last night. There was Little Sims, there was Drake, there was her. So I'm gonna have to finish her album tonight because I've been anticipating it for a long time.
Okay.
Of course, I had to listen to Drake first last night because it was a hype album, and gotta see what all the cool kids were chiming in about. Um, if you're a fan of anything that he's done since Views, you're gonna enjoy it and you're gonna ride with it for a while. Otherwise,
Hey, this
if you're an
beat's tight.
artsy fartsy nerd, like I'm telling you, man, if you're an artsy
Yeah.
fartsy nerd like me, you're not gonna really care for. Not to say that I hate the Drake album. I give it a C plus, an
All right,
honest
I
C
can dig it.
plus. Um,
All right, I'm gonna have to listen
I'm
to her. What
just
now? What's the
outside.
chill album? What's a chill album that I could put
Uh,
on?
chill album. I don't. Yeah.
Actually, you know what I've been listening. Hold on.
You know who Ali Shaheed is, right?
Yeah.
He's been putting out he's been putting out a lot of jazz records
You know
this
what I've
year.
been. You know what I've been really on. I've been on uh classic African psychedelic rock. This right here.
That's interesting.
It's dope. Like,
Who is?
I just felt this one is Tony Allen and Hugh Mascala. But this, I'm just gonna let it ride for a second. Like, it's like really funky. And I got a whole playlist of this stuff, and I like it way more than I thought I would.
No, this is right up my alley. I listen to a lot of Fela Kuti. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but
nah.
Yeah, this is right up my alley.
Okay, wait. Who should I listen to?
Fela Kuti.
Fellow Kuti?
Okay, Felakuti.
I see it. Yeah, man. Like, I've really been on that, and I don't know when that occurred, but yeah, man, I'm really on that, and it's great,
bro. That's what I like to call. That's what I like to call gray hair, bro. Like
so which of these albums should I jam? Bro. Oh, he has a new one. Oh, it's a throwback. What's his most popular album?
I don't know his most popular album.
I'm gonna, you know what?
I just, he's one of those playlist artists.
He has a shit ton of. I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm about to know everything about this dude.
There you go.
So that's
there you go.
That's a thing that I have and I've always had. Like, and it's kind of, I worry about myself sometimes because I guess it, in some ways, it could be like, probably not it might be a mental thing. When I get onto something, I get an insane focus on that thing, like laser-like, hyper, almost compulsive in a way. I can pull myself away from it, but here's the thing. Like, when it comes to boxing, painting, I get the level of compulsion that I do it all day and all night for months on end. And that's why I guess I can get so good at different things. Because like right now I'm focused on starting the business up. And you've talked to me for the last week or so. That's all you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't explain it. It's like a level of focus and it's an aggressive focus that I can't explain to anybody who doesn't have it. It's the same feeling that I get with like sports when I've been in the zone or when I'm flowing and I get it's a mind state. It's an emptiness of the mind, and you're not thinking, but you're actively moving. And I can do that with projects that I care about. Like, it's very hard to explain, but it's an interesting thing. And my wife always gets worried when I start going down those rabbit holes because she knows I'm not going to stop until I stop, until I'm focused on my rehab of my legs. All right, get it, soldier. I see you, man. That's my homeboy, Tony. You got it, dog. You got it. He came on the show a couple weeks ago. That's my boy from way back, Mihai. Yes, I changed the name.
Yeah.
Changed. I mean, that's my dog. If anybody wants to call in. It's open topic. We're talking about music, but then we went off. I still actually have the actual show this Sunday, so I'm really holding back what I really, really have to say. My wife's birthday is tomorrow, so we're going to a new spot called the Vino Lounge. That's run by one of my former coworkers. Yeah, brand new.
Happy birthday!
It's a brand new place. So I'm gonna go out there. I've already bought some sections and support. Yeah, we turning up, and so that'll be fun. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Hey, oh yeah, I got a real show. The real show is gonna be Sunday. Gonna be interviewing not a spiritual life coach. He's just a life coach, and he's just a really excitable guy. He's very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Very positive. One of the most positive people I've ever met on the internet. Dan Nzinga, I believe is the gentleman's name. I'm also participating in a 21-day greatness challenge with him and some of his friends, and it's really interesting. I don't know if it's supposed to be secret or not. And after I get off here today, I have to go right for day 3. It's out of 21 days. So I am interested to see what the challenge is going to be today. I think I'm going to get out. Thank you all so much. I've been on here for about an hour. Tune into the show this Sunday, 7 p.m. The special guest was Dan Nzinga. Last week I had special guest, the mushroom goddess Nakara. I can't remember her last name, but we'll just go with mushroom goddess. I'm still editing that episode. It'll be out. I got my computer back. It'll be out by the end of this. I'm not gonna say. It'll be out when I put it out. But this one will be available immediately. You guys can, for those who didn't get to hear it. But every other Sunday at 7 p.m. I'm gonna be doing this. So call in. The subject matter for this Sunday is, besides the interview, misunderstandings. I have the firm belief that one of mankind's greatest issues is being misunderstood. But to be human is to be misunderstood, because unless somebody were to know everything that you went through and every thought that you have, they're not going to understand you. But the most positive thing that anybody can do for somebody else is to simply say, I don't understand, but I'd like to understand. So we'll talk more about that this Sunday, 7 p.m. Like I said, every other Sunday, I will be doing this. And I think every other Saturday, I'm gonna start trying to sell some of my artwork at the Shrine of the Black Madonna every other Saturday. So maybe I'll do it like that. One Sunday, yeah, you know what? That'll be it. One Sunday, I will do the podcast, and the following Saturday, I will be at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. So if you want, you can come see me there. I might even bring my mic and stuff. And if you want to shoot one, we can. If you got something burning on your heart that's not hateful or no dumb shit, we can do it free of charge. You can, and then I'll send you the podcast too. You can have it. How about that? Anybody's never wanted a podcast before? If you want to podcast, I don't know how the sound will be, but I just bought the Focusrite 2i2. And if you got a mic, shit, come up. Sound won't be the best, but we could chop it up. You could start your podcast with a pretty good guest. I know how to talk, and we can shoot one, and I can send it to you, and that'll be your first one. But whatever, that's just talking. I'm a great wingman. So anyway, I'll get out of here.
Gotta get it out there.
Yeah, why not? It's actually not a bad idea. But this Sunday, 7 p.m., Dan Nzinga. I'll see you guys later. Holla.